Long ago, in the dusty streets of Jerusalem, walked a man unlike any the world had ever seen. He didn't ride in on a war horse or wear the robes of royalty. He was humble, but his presence commanded attention. His words filled with wisdom, truth, and love cut through the noise of religion and politics like a sword of fire. He touched lepers with compassion, calmed raging seas with a whisper, and raised the dead with just a command. Crowds followed him, desperate for hope. The broken found healing. The lost found purpose. The outcast found belonging. But not everyone rejoiced. The power he carried disrupted the world they controlled. The religious elite, threatened by his influence, plotted in shadows. And one of his own, Judas, a man who once walked beside him, sold him out for 30 silver coins. In the quiet of the garden, Jesus prayed. He knew what was coming, the betrayal, the suffering, the weight of the world's sin. And yet, he chose obedience. He chose the cross. They came with swords and clubs, as if arresting a rebel. But Jesus stood in peace. He surrendered, not because he was powerless, but because he was full of purpose. False witnesses, mock trials. A crown of thorns pressed into his head. Roman fists struck his face. Pilate found no guilt in him, but washed his hands of the affair. And the crowd, the same crowd that once shouted, "Hosanna," now screamed, "Crucify him." Bruised, beaten, and bleeding, Jesus carried the heavy cross through the narrow streets. People watched in silence. Some jeered, others wept. With every painful step, he moved closer to the place of execution, Golgotha, the skull. They nailed his hands, his feet. They lifted him high for all to see. And there, suspended between earth and heaven, the sinless Son of God bore the weight of every sin, every lie, every act of hatred, every moment of shame. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Jesus said. For hours he hung in agony. The sky grew dark. The earth trembled. And with one final breath he cried, "It is finished," and died. The world changed in that moment. The barrier between God and man was torn apart. But the Savior was dead. His body wrapped, laid in a borrowed tomb. A stone sealed the grave. And for 3 days, silence. On the 3rd day, as the morning sun crept over the horizon, the earth shook once more. An angel descended, radiant as lightning. The stone rolled away. He is not here, for he is risen. He walked among them again. Flesh and bone, risen and glorified. He ate with them, taught them. Let Thomas touch his wounds. He turned their fear into fire, their sorrow into joy. And then, on a quiet hillside, he gave them one final promise. Go into all the world, and I will be with you always. Then he ascended, returning to the Father, the Lamb who conquered death. He died to save us. He rose to restore us. And he lives, to reign forever. The story didn't end at the cross. It began at the empty tomb.